I get asked quite a bit, what is it that you event tech professionals actually do in your day-to-day? And so I thought I would share a little bit with you here about that. So when I say event tech, what I'm not talking about is I'm not talking about audiovisual. Some people that do audiovisual for events also refer to it as event tech, but that is not what I'm referring to in this case. What I'm referring to with event tech or digital event strategy is I am talking about those online components that are involved in event execution. So when you think about going to an event, any sort of event, what do you usually have to do? You go out to a marketing site, you look at the event information, digital. You probably need to sign up for that event. Again, digital. Your event probably has some sort of conference programming information that may or may not live in a system. If it lives in the system, again, digital. You may need to go build a schedule or look at an agenda, right? As you're kind of planning out your day. Guess what? Digital. If you're going to a larger event, that may even have a mobile app. Again, digital. If your event has a lot of speakers, has a lot of exhibitors, they probably have a portal or something that they need to log into to get the information specific to their activity and event. Maybe it's to order a booth, maybe it's booth information, that sort of thing. Guess what? Also digital. So all those things can, depending on the event, fall into the realm of digital technology. And that is something that we are, as event tech professionals, generally responsible for making sure it works well together. So how many people is that going to be actually that does this work? And that's a great question. It really depends on the size of the event, the budget, and the specific client. I have been one of just a handful of people that have done events for over 100,000 people. I have also worked with teams of 20 for events with 3,000 people. And it depends again, it depends a lot on the client, depends a lot on the budget, and depends a lot on the complexity. If it's a simple event, you don't need a whole team of people regardless of the number of attendees. If it's a really complicated event that has a lot of moving pieces, a lot of technical pieces, then you're gonna need a whole bunch of people even for a really small event. So what is it that I actually do day to day? So what I do is generally a bunch of different things. We manage the timelines because there's usually a lot of different vendors that I have to be coordinating to get things out on schedule. I'm responsible for gathering the business requirements. So I work with the event owners to say, what is it that we need to do? What does a good outcome look like for you? And then translating that into something that our configuration specialists and our developers can actually build. And then when there's a limitation, because there always is, then I will go back to the event owners and say, hey, we can't do it exactly this way, but is this or this, are these acceptable backup options? And then I work with the team to make that happen. I do a lot of testing. I'm sort of the last line of defense before something gets into the hands of our attendees, our speakers, our exhibitors. And then I'm responsible for supporting the event on site, which maybe means I get to go and fly around the world. And sometimes it means I get to stay home and support the event in my pajamas. If this sounds like something you're like, you know what, Jen, I would really like to learn more, and I think this could be something I could really be good at, our whole mission is to help people that want to learn about event technology and want to get into the event technology industry, learn the skills that they need to know so that they can excel and so that they can be successful out of the gate as event tech professionals. So to learn more, give me a like, give me a follow, or slide into my DMs, and I would love to introduce you to what we do.